Hello and welcome back everyone, we Weeb Online, and today I'm gonna start a new series, What If Naruto Mastered Chakra Transformation Part 1. If you enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and to watch more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn that bell notification on so you never miss an upload. Now wasting no more time, let's begin.
Team 7 is in the last battle with Zabuza's group right now. The battle is going well until Dogs pin Zabuza down. All of the other fights and situations are the same as they were before. Get ready to die, Kakashi said as he ran toward the broken form of Zabuza with his Chidori-covered hand. Of course, Naruto's opponent or friend saw this and ran up to take the hit for their master. Even though Kakashi saw them coming and moved his hand just enough, the sword still went through Haku's shoulder instead of his heart, making him scream in pain. Zabuza said with a careless smile, "I always knew you would be a good weapon." He then raised his sword to cut both Haku and Kakashi in half. Kakashi avoids this move by pulling Haku just out of the way. Then, Kakashi gently puts Haku on the bridge and gets back to the fight. Naruto yelled at him, "Damn it! How dare you do that to your own teammate?" This made him laugh in a cruel way. "Kid, Haku was just a weapon to me. I don't care what happens to a weapon after it does its job, and now that it's broken, it's useless to me," Zabuza said as he heard birds chirping behind him. Before he said that people could do anything, Kakashi stabbed Zabuza in the lung, which killed him more slowly than if he had gone for the heart again. Of course, neither of them noticed that Naruto was leaking killer intent, ki from now on, or that chakra was starting to form around his body. Kakashi thought to himself, well, it looks like we're all done here, until he saw a huge army of mercenaries standing on the other side of the bridge. Shit, I don't have enough chakra to fight all of them. Even though I'm good at taijutsu, the sheer number of them will eventually bring me down, Kakashi thought, worried that he and his team were about to die. Gato told Kakashi, "Thank you, Konoha ninja, for killing the demon of the mist. Now, be good and let my men kill you," and then he turned to his army and kept talking. "Men, bring me the heads of the ninja. While you're at it, get rid of the town. I got what I needed from it. I don't care what you do to the civilians, just get rid of them. Except for the old bridge builder and his family. I want them to watch as I destroy them," Gato said in a mean voice. Then he saw them all start to charge down to the bridge until a single arrow hit the ground in front of them. "We won't let you take the village, Gato," yelled one of the villagers, drawing everyone's attention to the fact that most of the villagers were holding makeshift weapons on the other side of the bridge. "Bah, you're still going to die. What are you waiting for? Kill them. But for daring to go against me, take the women so we can sell them on the market. Maybe then they'll realize who they're messing with," Gato told his army. They smiled and were about to move when they felt a huge amount of ki go through the air, making it hard for all of them to breathe. Kakashi thought, where is this coming from? It's not bad enough to be the Kyuubi, but it seems to be coming from my team. He was confused, but what he saw next shocked him. Because Naruto was standing in the middle of the bridge and putting out a lot of ki and chakra. Chakra was now forming around him in a way that looked almost like armor. After it formed, the chakra around his hands grew bigger, and soon 4-foot-long green chains made of nothing but chakra came out of his hands. But what scared everyone the most was when Naruto looked at them and they saw dark red eyes with a distorted pupil that looked like a whirlpool in a black cat's eye. These eyes almost glowed with chakra and anger, which made everyone start to cold sweat. Naruto said in a demonic voice, "I'm going to kill you jerks," and then he disappeared from everyone's sight except Kakashi and Zabuza's. He then showed up right in front of one of them and slammed the chakra chains at the man. But instead of just hitting him, they cut right through him, leaving holes in his chest and the chests of the 3 men behind him. After that, there was a short time when Naruto kept fighting and all you could see was blood spraying up in different places in the group. After a few minutes, though, all that was left of the army of thugs were body parts and pools of blood, which made most normal people turn away. Of course, Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke, who was now awake, could only look at their blonde teammate when he appeared in front of the massacre zone and looked over to them with his ki fading but his chakra and red eyes still there. He then walked back to the rest of the group without noticing that Sakura was scared to death when she saw a bloody Naruto coming toward her. After all, he seemed like the best killing machine to her right now. Of course, he didn't talk to them. Instead, he went over to where Haku was lying and bent down to check his pulse. "Good," was all Naruto could say before he fell down and lost consciousness. SS-sensei, what just happened?" asked Sakura, who was still scared to death. "I'm not sure," Sakura, but we won. So, Tizuna, how about we take Naruto back to your house to rest while we finish building the bridge and clean up this mess? Kakashi asked him with a smile. Okay. But what about Zabuza's apprentice? The blonde Gaki ninja seems to get along well with the masked ninja, Tizuna asked, intrigued. Well, I guess we'll have to decide later. Sasuke is still alive and Zabuza is dead, so who knows what the boy will do now. For now, we'll just put a bandage on his wound so he doesn't bleed to death while we figure out what he wants to do. Kakashi said. He then made 3 shadow clones, one to pick up Naruto gently and another to pick up Haku while the third used a fire and water ju. But as he did this, the villagers quickly realized they were finally free from Gado's rule and started to cheer. After a few minutes, everyone finally went back to the village, mostly to start a party and partly to get away from the bloody scene. After a few minutes, Kakashi had finished cleaning up and had also gone back to the village. But he quickly sent his students to Tizuna's house and then called for people from the village to come and steal everything from Gado's mansion. He helped with this job not only to bring life back to the village, but also to get some of the money they should have gotten for the harder job. Of course, in the end, the villagers also gave him their money and several crates of weapons and other things they didn't need to take back to Konoha. Of course, they were also happy to give him a pretty big tip out of the money. After all, without the ninja, they would probably work until they died. Even after that, there were still plenty of goods and money to keep the village going for a few years, and there was even enough food for a big party. A random villager yelled, "Yes! Now let's get this party started." The rest of the villagers cheered when they came back with their loot. But first, let's be sure to thank the Konoha ninja, who made it possible for us to celebrate this day, Inari said, getting a cheer from everyone. Then everyone started to party, happy that they were finally free from Gado, who was a terrible leader. Inari was with the other kids, bragging about how he knew the ninja while the other kids listened intently, talking about silly things. His mother was talking with some of the women in the village about random things with a smile on her face. She seemed just as happy as Inari. While this was going on, Tizuna was drinking with a big group of guys who seemed to be having a great time arguing, talking, and doing strange things. Even though Kakashi and Sakura were just eating and trying to enjoy themselves, they were still hoping that their friends would get better quickly. Kakashi-sensei, do you think Naruto and Sasuke-kun will get better? Sakura asked, worried about her teammates. Even though Naruto seemed to be mostly unharmed, Sasuke had to deal with a lot of wounds and damage from being poked with hundreds of needles. Even though Naruto is a baka and after he showed us that side of him, he is still our teammate and a pretty good friend if he would stop trying to date me. I mean, I like Sasuke-kun, but man, what was that side of Naruto? He was so strong in that fight I couldn't take my eyes off of him. Who knew he was so good? I wonder what he is hiding under his baggy jacket. Like my other story, I don't know what to do with the pairings, so I'll do them as I go. This will keep the mystery going for you, and it will also give you options. Well, Naruto has a special ability to heal himself, so he should be fine in an hour or two to, at most, a day. Sasuke, on the other hand, isn't the same, so he will probably be out of action for a while, but he shouldn't have any side effects from the needles. It seems like they were meant to stop him from moving, not kill him or hurt him too much. So, don't worry, just try to have, but he doesn't want to lose another team, so he's now working harder to make sure they can handle themselves. Sakura could only say, thank you. She didn't know if what he said scared her or helped her more. In the house of Tizuna, Tsunami told one of her friends who had offered to help her, come on, we need to change the bandages on these guys. The woman said, yeah, I know, and then let out a small squeal. The girl said in a fangirl way, thanks for inviting me to see two of the Wave's heroes, though. You do know they are teenagers and you are in your late 20s, right? Tsunami asked her. Yeah, I know, but it's still nice to see the people who did so much for us, the girl told Tsunami, whose sweat dropped when she heard this. She mumbled, it's your turn to talk, but she kept walking toward the downed ninja anyway. Of course, they went to see Haku first, whose wound had finally stopped bleeding. However, they only changed the bandages as quickly as they could and left the room as fast as they could, just in case Haku was still an enemy and woke up on them. After Haku was done, they went right into Naruto and Sasuke's room. Both boys were sitting on separate beds, and Sasuke had bandages on him. Even though both boys were getting better, Sasuke was the only one who was hurt physically. When Tsunami started to change Sasuke's bandages, her friend said, poor kid looks like he went through hell. Yeah, but they're ninjas, so they'll have to deal with this and much more for many years to come. What a horrible life to live, Tsunami told her, clearly upset that kids have to live like that. After they said this, Tsunami's friend finished taking off the bandages and was glad to see that most of his wounds seemed to be healed enough that they wouldn't bleed if he moved. So she took off the thick bandage with layers and put on a thin wrap instead. The wrap was more of a safety measure than anything else. After they were done with Sasuke, they went to check on Naruto, but all they heard was him groan. Something that really surprised them both, since their teacher had said that he would probably be out of commission for a few days. When Tsunami's friend heard Naruto, she said, "I thought you said they shouldn't wake up for a while." Tsunami's friend looked at her with interest when she heard Naruto. "I was told that he was injured badly and had to expend a lot of his chakra to heal by his teacher. So, I don't know why it seems he is going to wake up soon." When Kakashi-san said he should be having chakra exhaustion, perhaps we should get Kakashi-san. After all, I am sure that Naruto-kun will have a lot of questions to be asked. Tsunami tells her friend. Then they quickly leave the room to find Kakashi to tell him and to see if they could get some answers as well. With the big party going on, it took a while to find the place where the man and Sakura were sitting. "Kakashi-san, Naruto seems to be waking up. But how is that possible? You said they would both be out for a while, so how can he even be close to waking up?" Tsunami asked. "Well, I told you the truth, but Naruto is a special case that even I don't fully understand. Ever since he was a child, he has had what can only be called an extreme healing rate. Cuts that take normal people a few days to heal in minutes for him. So, I was only giving you an answer if he was a normal person with his problems. Come on, Sakura. Oh, and thanks for telling me." After giving a quick bow to the two older women, she did it right away. When they finally got there, Naruto was sitting up and looked really confused. Kakashi asks with a smile, "How are you feeling?" "Fine. But where are we, and how did I do that?" Naruto asked, staring at them both and giving them a chance to look into his eyes. Something that shocked Sakura and made Kakashi open his eyes a bit. Kakashi told him, "Naruto, before I answer your questions, I want to ask you what happened to your eyes. But don't worry, we are in a safe place." "My eyes?" Naruto asked, confused, and then walked over to the mirror in the bedroom and gasped. "What did happen to my eyes?" Naruto asked when he saw what they did. For one thing, his pupils, which used to be big blue circles like everyone else's, have changed into two blue whirlpools, and his pupils have gone away completely. "So even you don't know," Kakashi muttered to himself. He then decided to ask Naruto about a theory he hoped was wrong. Kakashi asked Naruto, "Do you think this new change has anything to do with your special problem?" He knew Naruto knew about the Kyuubi but didn't want Sakura to find out. Naruto just said, "Huh," because he didn't understand what his sensei was talking about. "Oh, no, I don't think it's because I used this chakra problem and that chakra problem at the same time. Also, the last time I used chakra, I didn't feel like this, and I'm sure I would have known if it was because of my special chakra," Naruto said, making Kakashi sigh a little bit of relief that couldn't be seen because of his mask. Naruto thought, Fuzzbutt wouldn't do something like this without wanting something in return, but he didn't say it because he didn't want Sakura to know about the Kyuubi yet. Chakra problem. "Naruto, when did you start having problems with your chakra?" Sakura asked, remembering how much Naruto liked using jutsus over and over again. Not only that, but he never seemed tired even though he did it all the time. Naruto told her, "Well, I kind of have a problem where my huge amount of chakra builds up when I don't use it enough, and it sometimes comes out in bursts that mess up my control but make me stronger and faster." He was happy that he had found what he thought was a good enough lie. Naruto always seems to be in good health, and I've never heard of a disease that even cages don't get. So, this seems kind of fishy. Oh well. Maybe I'll just look up the disease or whatever it is in the library when we get back, Sakura thought, not happy that she didn't know at least something about this even though she was practically a walking library of ninja knowledge. "Okay. I guess we'll have to get it checked out when we get back home. For now, let me answer your questions and give you a short summary of what happened," Kakashi said, stopping the conversation that could have led Naruto to tell his teammate about the Kyuubi by accident. He also went over everything that happened because he didn't know how much Naruto would remember. Kakashi told Naruto, "First of all, we're back in the Wave Village treating you and Sasuke in our client's house. We also have the masked ninja here, but he's not that important until he wakes up. Right now, the village is celebrating the end of Gado's oppression, which you helped a lot with. Naruto got out of bed and quickly changed after he had thought about the story for a while. After a quick check on Sasuke, he went with his team to enjoy the party. He also wanted to check on Haku, but Kakashi made it clear that wasn't going to happen until they knew the man was safe. Wave missions end after the party. Time moved pretty quickly. After a few days, Sasuke woke up still a little sore. Everyone worked quickly to build the bridge, and soon it was time for the ninjas to go back home. But it was interesting to hear what they had to say to Haku when he woke up. Remember. Haku grumbled, what happened? Then he saw he was tied up and the Konoha ninjas were in front of him. Haku asked, so I guess we lost, even though he already knew the answer. Kakashi told him straight out, yes, you did, and Zabuza is dead. Haku told them without any emotion, kill me then. I have no reason to live now that my master is dead. What? No, we're not going to kill you. I know, why don't you come with us to Konoha? They're always looking for bloodlines, and I'm sure you can live a pretty good life there since you're not even a ninja from any village yet. Kakashi-sensei, are you okay with that? Naruto said, almost shouting the first part. Haku could only think about this, of course. I guess that could work. But no, I wouldn't be able to get used to not having a master, but then again, Naruto-kun did beat me, so I guess I could just be his slave now. Then I could keep my friend and my life, Haku thought, not being able to control how submissive he felt toward others. Even though it was normal for everyone to want to be themselves, he was forced to give up that natural desire for most of his life. So, instead of trying to figure out how to deal with this sudden change, he made a choice and turned his attention back to the ninja in front of him. Kakashi told Naruto, fine, Naruto. I guess we could try to bring him back with us if he wants to go, and the blonde boy cheered. Bringing Haku-san back is a little risky, but he isn't strong enough to do a lot of damage to the village if this doesn't work. The ambush should be able to subdue him with only a little trouble, and the village will get another powerful bloodline to use. Kakashi thinks that the benefits of having Haku in Konoha are much greater than the risks. But in the end, it was up to the Hokage to decide. Again, Naruto asked Haku, so, do you want to come back with us? Haku told him, yes, Naruto-sama. He didn't think anyone would notice that Sama, and Kakashi didn't care to look into it. Instead, he just let Naruto untie Haku and put a chakra suppressing seal on the teen quickly. Even though he said the boy could come back with them, that didn't mean he trusted him at all right now. Flash back to the end, ignoring the teary-eyed ending because it's the same as in the anime, except that Haku is there with them. The Konoha ninjas said goodbye one last time to the crowd, and Haku quickly followed them back to their village. Of course, after they left, one of the other villagers went up to Tazuna and asked the question that they would all have pretty soon. Hey, Tazuna-san, what are you going to call the bridge now? Well, I guess we could name it after those guys, but the name would be too long, and we can't just use one of their names because they all helped us, Tazuna said. I know, we'll call it the Hope of the Wave, because that's what it is, he said, happy that he had come up with a good name. Team 7. Haku Team 7 and Haku were traveling quietly because they didn't think they needed to talk. Team 7 was happy that they were still alive after the harder mission, while Haku was busy thinking about his future. I hope I can live in their village. The mist hatched me because of my bloodline, but instead of killing me, they tortured me constantly until I died slowly. I don't want to go through that again. I don't know what will happen, but if that happens again, I will make sure it ends quickly. Haku thought with a small shiver as he remembered all the trouble he had at the mist, but then he looked over at Naruto. But Naruto might be able to help me. Who knows, maybe he is the perfect person for me. But will I be able to trust him with my secret? When Zabuza found out, he told me to hide it, and I tried as hard as I could, but it is really hard to hide it. Maybe he will be the one to accept me even though I have what Zabuza calls an annoying problem. Oh well, I guess I will find out eventually, but for now I will. After all, he couldn't figure out what to do if this idea doesn't work out. I wonder what the new problem with my eyes is going to turn out to be. I don't feel any different right now, but what if it is something serious? Fuzzball doesn't keep too much damage on me for too long, so either it isn't bad or it is so bad that even he can't heal it. Wait, now that I think about it, why does he even bother to heal me if he hates me and wants to get free? If I die, During this time, Kakashi was also lost in his own thoughts. Naruto said that the power he showed on the bridge was a combination, so it can't be because of the fox. But what could it be? I mean the last time I saw chakra chains was with Sensei's love Kushina Uzumaki. Wait, does that mean could it possibly be is Naruto Sensei's son that he had with Kushina? Kakashi yelled out in his own mind when he realized that Naruto not only looked like Minato but he also had the chakra chains that only Kushina could seem to do. Kakashi then said, "It looks like the Hokage has a lot to explain," but he decided to focus on the present since he wasn't getting any answers. So, in this story, Kakashi doesn't know that Naruto is Minato's son, and even though it's pretty obvious, most people choose to ignore it because they hate the Kyuubi. Also, Haku's time in the mist was filled with hiding skills he didn't know why he was using, fearing that ninja would come after his family, watching his family die and fight against each other when their bloodlines were found out, etc. All in all, it. Konoha, finally, we're back. Kakashi-sensei, can we get some ramen before we go see Oji-san? Please? Naruto asked Kakashi as soon as they got through the gate, making Kakashi smile at the blonde's actions. I'm sorry, Naruto, but we have to give the mission report right now. After that, though, you can go get some food if you want, Kakashi told him, which made Naruto cheer. Sakura asked Naruto, why do you always think about ramen? The blonde kid turned to her, but his smile never left his face. Naruto told her, with a big smile on his face the whole time, yes, of course it is the food of the gods or god or whatever, but it tastes so good that everyone should pay attention to it. Then, everyone, including Haku, went to the mission room to turn in their team's report. Naruto happily told Sarutobi, "Oi, Oji-san, we're back." Sarutobi said, "Hello, Naruto-kun, Team 7, with a small smile on his old face. Then he looked at Naruto's eyes. So he finally woke it up, he thought, then acted like he didn't see. Instead, he stood behind the team and listened to them talk about the mission and the big changes that happened until they finally figured out why he was there. Sarutobi asked the nervous person in the corner of the room, so, Haku, you want to move to our village and eventually become a ninja? Yes, Hokage-sama, was all Haku said. Sarutobi told him, okay, but why should we let you do that? Even though you aren't a missing ninja, you still helped Zabuza. Well, Hokage-sama, I worked for Zabuza because he saved my life. You see, when I was younger, I lived in a place where bloodlines were hunted down and destroyed. Because my bloodline could control ice, they hated my clan. I could be the last member of my clan, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know that having me in Konoha would give the village a new bloodline. When Naruto heard this, he yelled, wait, what? And looked like he was going to say more, but then they heard Sarutobi laughing. Wow, you really are an interesting person. Here's what we'll do. We'll make you a civilian, and after a few months of watching you, I'll let you train to be a medical ninja. Also, since you seem to be close to Naruto-kun, I'll make sure you get an apartment close to him. So, why don't you go to the civilian registration center and get signed up? Take one of my Anbu with you to show. The two of them bowed to the Hokage, and then they left the room. Kakashi said with a smile, okay, well, that was interesting, and then he got serious. So, Hokage-sama, I'm sure you've seen what happened to Naruto's eyes and know what happened on the bridge. Do you have any idea what could have caused this? He asked in a very serious tone. Yes, I do know what happened, but let's talk about this somewhere more private, Sarutobi told them, and they quickly followed him to his office as he expected. The office of Sarutobi, okay, Naruto, your new eyes are from your Uzumaki heritage. The Uzumaki are known for their chakra chains, which no one else has been able to master, even though many have tried. This isn't because they're better than everyone else, it's because of their bloodline, which has been kept a secret for a long time. All true Uzumaki had a swirl in their irises, which showed that they were Uzumaki, but most of them used. Naruto yelled, you mean I'm from a clan? And all he got in response was a nod. Then Naruto took the scroll with joy, put some blood on the seal, opened it, and started to read. Dear son, if you are Naruto and you are reading this, it means that I have died. Now I really wish I could have seen you grow up. Anyway, I left this note with Sarutobi just in case, so if you want to learn more about our clan, you can read it. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I will at the end of this letter. Now, son, I want you to live a happy life and make sure you follow the clan's way. Though I do expect you to learn some of my jutsus and styles as well as your father's. Just make sure you can do his signature moves, the Rasengan and the Hirishin, which will help you become famous. Oh, and if you are forced to get CRA, make sure you love them all the same or I will come back to life and kick your butt. Love you, my son. Your wonderful mother, Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. What Naruto read even more shocked him. Naruto yelled out in surprise, I am the son of the 4th Hokage and one of the most feared kunoichi. This shocked everyone else there. Great. I was right. Thought Kakashi. Damn, I didn't think she'd say that in her letter. Okay, Naruto, it's true, but I couldn't tell you because they both had a lot of enemies who would want to kill you. So, please understand, Sarutobi told Naruto, hoping that the kid he thought of as his grandson wouldn't hate him. After thinking about it for a while, Naruto asked him, well, I guess I get it, but now that I'm a ninja, can we tell people about it? No. You are not strong enough right now, but I guess we have to at least tell the council. But no one else until I say so. Hopefully around the Chunin exam. So, anyways, I will call you back here sometime next week for that meeting so that we can use your eyes as proof. Sarutobi said happily, thinking that Naruto would leave to think now because he needed time to figure out how to deal with Naruto now that he knew the truth. Naruto said a little shyly, okay, Oji-san, but I have one more question, which surprised the old Cage. Sure. Naruto, go ahead and ask, Sarutobi said, wondering what he would ask. Of course, Naruto only got a little red and then asked his question. Why did mom say I could have more than one girlfriend, and what is CRA? Naruto asked, still blushing at the thought of having more than one girlfriend. Well, you see, the CRA is, Sarutobi started, trying to think of a way to tell the boy what was going on without scaring him too much. With Haku the receptionist told Haku, okay, just fill this out, and you will officially be a part of the village. Haku thanked them and sat down to fill out the paper. Name, age, date of birth, etc., etc. Haku thought as he quickly filled out the paper. Then he got to the one question he had to think about until he made up his mind. Then he checked the spot and told everyone his secret. Sex. Male. Female. X, what is it? Naruto asked in a blush. I told you what I meant, Naruto. The CRA is you marrying more than one girl so you can rebuild your clan. For now, it will only be the Uzumaki clan, but we hope to join it with the Namikaze clan in the future. Sarutobi told the boy, who was still shocked. Sarutobi told Naruto, why don't you go home and get some sleep so you can think about what I just told you? Naruto just nodded and started to walk home. He had forgotten about getting his ramen because he was thinking about other things. While that was going on, Kakashi just smiled and looked over at Sarutobi. Kakashi asked the old Cage quickly, are you going to follow Naruto's life in Konoha? This made the old Cage smile a little. Sarutobi told one of the few people who knew about his hobby of reading his students' books in private, oh, yeah, and maybe we'll have to call Jiraiya back so he can get some ideas for his books from this. Of course, Kakashi just gave the Cage an eye smile and left Sarutobi's office, forcing the Cage to get back to work on his paperwork. Naruto When Naruto finally got home, he saw Haku coming into the apartment building at the same time. So, he called out to the person he had just met. Hey Haku, how did the registration process go? Well, Naruto-sama, I'm now a legal resident of Konoha, and I passed the civilian medical test with flying colors, so I'll be able to work there in a few days, Haku was happy to tell him. That's great. How about we help you get settled in your new apartment? Naruto asked her. He then opened the door to Haku's apartment and saw that it was empty. Wait, what? Naruto asked, confused, because he thought all of the rooms had stuff like his. Well, Naruto, this was the cheapest apartment in Konoha, so I took it. The only problem is that all of the furniture was so old that it couldn't be used anymore, so the apartment owner had to get new stuff but didn't have time, so I had to buy it myself. Tomorrow I will go and get the furniture, but for now I have to sleep on the floor, Haku told him, then tried to walk into her room. Naruto told Haku, don't worry, you can stay with me until you get your furniture. You can have the bed, and I'll take the couch. He said this to be nice, but then he remembered something. Oh, and don't call me Naruto-sama because I'm not your master. Just call me Naruto-kun or something because we're friends, Naruto said with a smile. He then led Haku into his apartment and they both got ready for bed. Of course, when Haku was done changing, she walked into the living room to say good night to her master, friend. Haku told him, good night, Naruto-sakun, when he was facing away from her. When Naruto finally looked at Haku, he yelled, good night. Wait, what? I thought you said you were a boy. For now, Haku wore a light blue nightgown that was slightly see-through and sometimes showed her blue underwear. She also took off the bindings on her chest, which showed off her nice chest now that she was getting ready to sleep. Well, Naruto, I told you I followed Zabuza-sama's rules, and that was one of them. Apparently, he thought people wouldn't take me seriously as a missing ninja accomplice or something sexist like that, Haku said, remembering the time she spent with her father figure. I guess that makes sense. Good night, Haku-chan, Naruto said, blushing a little at the thought of a girl sleeping so close to him and even in his bed. Plus, she didn't look too bad either. Though finally went to sleep after thinking about all the new things he would learn about the clan. Haku, too, was having trouble falling asleep. Haku thought, it's weird to be without Zabuza-sama. After all, you taught me everything I know. Her next thought made her feel a little better. But now I have Naruto-kun, and he seems like a pretty good guy. So maybe he'll be one of the things I've always wanted but never had. A best friend. And maybe later on, he'll also become something else I've always wanted, Haku thought, half happy, before drifting off to sleep and dreaming about the future. Plus next day when Naruto finally woke up, someone had made him and themselves a home-cooked meal, which was something he had never had before. Haku said, "Good morning, Naruto-kun. I made breakfast for both of us, but it was hard because most of your food is instant ramen." He then gave Naruto-kun his portion of eggs and bacon. Naruto gave her a big smile and said, "Thank you, Haku-chan." He then started to eat. Naruto asked while he was chewing, "So, how long until you become a medical ninja?" Haku gave him a small shrug and said, "Well, I think it should only take a month or two since I'm pretty sure I can learn it quickly, but it all depends on what Hokage-sama decides since I'm still on probation." "Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure the old man will make you a medical ninja in no time. Just be patient," Naruto told her, which made her smile a little. "Thanks, Naruto-kun. Now hurry up and go to your team meeting. Oh, and I'll come get you when it's time for lunch. That way, we can make sure you eat something better than all that instant ramen you've been eating." Meeting. For once, Kakashi was only half an hour late, so they started the meeting quickly. "Okay, guys. After that mission, I've decided to give you 2 days off," Kakashi said. "So, come back here in 2 days for some training and some easier D-rank missions," Kakashi told them with a simple smile. Naruto cheered, "Yay, thank you, sensei," and ran off to a training ground. The council might make me put Uchiha's team in the Chunin exams, even though they still don't work well as a team. Kakashi thought, but I can use the time I have left to make sure they don't die or get hurt too badly. He then left Sakura and Sasuke alone in the area. Oh no, here we are again. She will try again to ask me out. When will she realize that I can't use her to build up my clan until I kill my brother? Sasuke thought, then got ready to say no to his surprise. She didn't even talk to him. Instead, she just walked away, still thinking about recent events. Well, that was different, Sasuke thought as he watched her leave, then went to train himself. But if you think about it more, you might be surprised that none of the teens were upset that they had to get up early and wait a half hour just to be told that they would have time to themselves. _Naruto_ When Naruto got to one of the training fields in the village, he quickly reopened the scroll and started working on his projects. A few hours after that, great. So, Kurenai-sensei, what are we going to learn today? A new Kiba was about to say, but then he saw the training ground, which shocked all of them. There were cut trees, boulders with holes in them, and even a few gashes in the ground. Also, there was a blonde-haired boy by a small river who seemed to be looking at the water. When he looked away, the water began to twist into a small whirlpool, but when he looked back, it went back to normal. "What the heck are you doing?" As they got closer, Kiba asked, "Who are you?" He was shocked when he realized it was Naruto. Kiba says, shocked at how different Naruto looked without his usual jacket. Even Kiba had to admit that without the ugly jacket, Naruto looks like a real ninja, with his muscles showing through his chainmail. In fact, people who have seen Naruto's father would think they were almost identical twins if they didn't notice the whiskers. "Oh, hey guys. Sorry to use your space, but I couldn't wait to try out my new jutsus," Naruto said, rubbing the back of his head in embarrassment. This made Hinata blush even more, and she couldn't take her eyes off of Naruto's lean body. But before they could answer, a beautiful girl in a dark blue kimono ran past them to give Naruto a hug, which made Kiba jealous. "Naruto-sama, I got the job," Haku said happily, still holding on to him, until she saw that they had company. "Oh, hello," she said, letting go of Naruto and bowing slightly. "Guys, let me introduce you to my new neighbor Haku-chan, who just moved to Konoha." Naruto told them quickly who she was and how she was quickly becoming a medical ninja. He then introduced Haku to Kiba, Shino, and Kurenai. Naruto showed her each of these people and said, "This is one of Konoha's best tracking genin teams. Hello Haku-chan. Let's go get lunch together so we can get to know each other better." Kiba asks, trying to be friendly. "I'm sorry, but I can't. I had just finished making lunch for Naruto-sama and me when the hospital called. Anyway, it was nice to meet everyone, but we need to eat lunch before it gets too cold," Haku said politely. But before he could say anything else, Kurenai started to glare at Naruto, making it clear that he didn't like Haku calling Naruto-sama. "Wait, Kurenai, it's not what you think. We're just friends, but after we beat her last master in the wave, my team found her. So, for some reason, she calls me Sama, even though I told her to call me Kun," Naruto said, sweating a little because he knew Kurenai didn't like guys who were perverted, which apparently having a girl call you Sama was. "Is it true?" Kurenai asked, making it clear that he didn't believe Naruto's claim that Haku had decided to save him. "Yes, you're right. Haku told her, I was helping a missing ninja, but Naruto beat me, so now that my old master is dead, I've decided to follow Naruto instead." Thankfully, this seemed to calm her down, but she still wasn't too happy with the idea. Naruto told them, "Okay, bye, guys," and then he and Haku went home so that Haku could eat. Of course, no one noticed that Hinata seemed to be staring at Haku for a long time. "Another girl is trying to get between Naruto-kun and me. I really do need to step up my game before one of these girls beats me and wins Naruto's heart, but what should I do?" Hinata thought this as she kept staring in the direction Haku had gone. Kurenai told them, "Okay, let's get to work on our own training." He then told them what they would do this time. The day after, in the afternoon, Sasuke was angry because he had just found out that Haku was a girl and that she was now basically calling Naruto her master. "Why does that Dobi get to have that strong and good-looking ice user as a slave? I should have her. I mean, I know I told myself I would kill my brother before starting up my clan again, but screw that. I have to make sure that Naruto doesn't take any of the strong baby-making girls in this village before it's too late. I mean, first it was a Hyuga, and now it's an ice user. What clan is next?" Sasuke said to himself as he walked to Haku's apartment. When he got there, he quickly knocked on the door and Haku opened it, wondering what he wanted. "Hello, Ice User-san. I have good news for you. You have been chosen to be the first girl to help bring the Uchiha clan back to its former glory," Sasuke told her quickly. He was expecting her to throw herself at him as a thank you for the honor, but instead she told him no in a voice that could freeze hell and then shut the door in his face, leaving the shocked boy to his own thoughts. Haku-chan. What just happened?" Naruto asked her when he ran up to find out where the noise was coming from. "Well, Naruto-sama, I figured you might need something at any time, so instead of going through a door to get to you, I'll just walk through this passageway." Haku told him, "If you want to ask me for anything, you can come into my room and tell me whenever you want to." She said this because Naruto was still her master in her mind, no matter what he says. "Well, I guess that's fine, but this might be a little too friendly. So, at least let's put a door up," Naruto asked. Haku told him with no emotion, "Well, then that would defeat the point. But shouldn't a guy not be able to walk right into a girl's room? Don't you think I might try something?" "I wouldn't do that, of course," Naruto told her, adding the last part quickly so that he wouldn't be seen as a pervert. Haku told him straight out, if that's what Naruto-sama wants, his tool must give it to him. She then started to loosen her kimono, but Naruto stopped her quickly. Wait. That's not necessary. I just wanted to know, that's all." Naruto said with a bit of a blush, "I'm glad you trust me, so I guess this will work." Of course, Haku just gave him a quick smile and walked away. "Great, now that I can't find a way to convince her to block this, if I ever have people over, they'll think I'm taking advantage of Haku-chan, which I would never do. I'm glad for once that not many people come to my house. I don't want there to be any talk about us. I mean, she just got here. The demon doesn't need to ruin her reputation," Naruto thought with sadness as he followed her out of the room. The next day Naruto told the girl who was basically his roommate now, Haku, "Grandpa wants me to go to a long meeting, so I probably won't be back for a while." He then left to go to the meeting. Cabinet room, Sarutobi-sama. Why did you bring us here? Hiyashi wants to know. Well, I've brought you all here to tell you that one of our ninja has brought back a bloodline that we haven't seen in a long time, Sarutobi said with a small smile. After he said this, the council started mumbling, trying to figure out what the bloodline was and who had it. Sarutobi let them think about this until they heard the door open again, at which point everyone looked up to see Naruto walk in. Get out of here, you brat. One of the civilian council members yelled at Naruto. We are waiting for the bloodline user, not a demon child like you. Naruto just glared at the person and quickly pulled out his favorite ranged weapon, chakra chains, which were blue because he didn't use his affinities to make them something that would shock the crowd. No. You can't be telling the truth when you say that this demon is related to Kushina Uzumaki. The council member was shocked, but Sarutobi just smiled and decided to tell the council that Naruto's secret could be trusted, with a warning. Yes, he somehow got the bloodline. Since this is a shinobi matter, we don't need the civilian council here, so please leave, Sarutobi told them. He then watched them leave, mumbling about how unfair it was that only the ninjas got to hear how the demon got his powers. Oh, and we don't need the elder council either, since this isn't that important to Konoha's actual workings, he said with a. Okay. Just to make sure everyone knows, what is said here today is a double S-class secret, and telling anyone without permission is punishable by death, Sarutobi told them. They all nodded to show that they understood. Now, I know you won't believe this, but Naruto is actually the last known Uzumaki, Sarutobi continued, shocking them. Wait, but the last one was Kushina, who only seemed to be looking at. Wait, you mean? Is he for real? I thought you gave him the Uzumaki name so that the village wouldn't know anything about him, Shikaku said in shock. Who is Shikaku's son? Inoichi asked his old friend, who was usually lazy and didn't care about anything, why he was so shocked and crazy now. Yes, Naruto's name isn't finished. His full name is Naruto Uzumaki Nakamise. He's the son of Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Namikaze, said Sarutobi, shocking everyone. Inoichi asked them, now that I think about it, how did we not see this? Look at the boy, he's almost a clone of Minato except for the whiskers, but he has the personality of Kushina, and they all looked at Naruto and realized the same thing. Sume asked, okay, so what is this bloodline you were talking about? Well, actually, it'll be easier if you just see it. So, Sarutobi asked Naruto, Naruto-kun, could you show them again? Naruto did so by making a couple of chakra chains again and letting them hang from the palms of his hands for a few seconds before reabsorbing them. Yeah, so Naruto can make anything he wants as long as he has enough chakra because his chakra is thicker. And now that he has an endless source of chakra that is quickly making his coils bigger, he can quickly become. Shikaku stopped Sarutobi before she could finish. He was one of the best ninjas ever. Like his father, he is an unbreakable force that can destroy armies. This statement shocked everyone in the room, except for Sarutobi, who already knew Naruto was destined to become a great ninja. Shikaku said with wide eyes as he realized this. So, to put it more simply, Naruto has a lot of chakra now because of the Uzumaki clan and the beast that was sealed inside of him. He should also be able to use the skills and techniques that the Uzumaki are known for, as well as his father's signature moves. This means that he already has a lot of room to grow into an amazing ninja. Shino's dad told the group, thinking logically, we should make sure the Uzumaki clan can survive, so Naruto should be put under the CRA just like Sasuke is, which made Sume grumble a bit about the last part. Of course, everyone agreed with Shino's dad, and the meeting ended with Naruto being promised a clan head position when he became a Jonin and was forced to be in CRA. The shocked and blushing boy left with a scroll that said the same thing. Back to the apartment. Hey Haku, I'm home, Naruto called out, but he didn't get a response, even though he was loud enough for someone to hear him almost anywhere in the house. I guess she's out or something, he thought. Oh well. Naruto told himself, I guess I'll just leave her a note saying that I'll probably be gone all day because I need to do some serious training to clear my head. He quickly left, taping a note with her name to the front door of Haku's apartment and then leaving. Haku was just walking around the village in the mid-afternoon sun when she heard someone run up to her. Hey Haku-kun. How are you doing in your new life? What? Sakura asks Haku when she finally reaches him. Haku surprises her by just turning around. So, you are Haku-chan? Sakura asks, confused, when she sees that Haku's body has become more feminine. Yes, Sakura-san, I kept my real sex from you guys because I had been told to do so my whole life. Haku told her, I can tell you for sure that I am a girl. He didn't want to have to explain it all over again. Oh, okay, Sakura said, still a little confused. So, how's it going so far? Sakura asked, having decided not to worry. Well, I guess it's been pretty good, Haku said with a smile. Hokage-sama helped me get an apartment quickly, and I have enough money from before to get by until I can become a medical ninja. Of course, that made Sakura happy, too. Well, if you're going to be a ninja like us soon, how about we get you to meet some of us girls at a big sleepover to celebrate your new home? So, how does that sound? I mean, we'll all chip in so you don't have to worry about spending too much on food and other things. Sakura asked in a happy tone. Well, sure, why not? Haku said, shrugging her shoulders. Great, Sakura said. I'll go tell the others, and we'll meet you at your house at 8. See you then. Sakura ran away, but she quickly turned around and asked, where is your house, anyway? Hee, Sakura asks, laughing embarrassed. Haku laughed a little, then quickly told Sakura where she lived and watched as she ran off to talk to the other girls as fast as she could. Haku, Naruto's apartment, 8 p.m. Haku had just gotten back to her apartment when she saw Sakura come back with several other girls carrying different things. Hey, Haku, let me introduce my genin friends Ino, Hinata, and Tenten, Sakura said. Guys, this is Haku, the girl I told you about, said Sakura as she introduced everyone. Yes, Ino and Sakura are friends in this situation. It seems silly that the teams never meet, and Ino and Sakura are just rivals, not friends. Hi, I just got back home. Do you want to come inside? Haku asked awkwardly, since she had never really had any female friends or friends in general. Still, they all walked up to the door and found Naruto's note. Huh? What's this? Haku murmured, I'm interested, and then quickly read it. Well, what does the note say? Ino asked, as she always did when she was curious. Haku told them, oh, it's just a message from Naruto saying he won't be home for a while. Hey, Naruto-kun, why does he have to tell you this? Hinata asked without stuttering because she was focused on beating her new rival and no one from her clan or Naruto was there to make her nervous. Oh, he lives right next door, and I was making meals for both of us, so I guess he told me so I wouldn't make more food than I needed to, Haku said with a small shrug. Then they all walked into Haku's apartment, looked around, and saw the hole in the wall. I don't feel like describing her apartment, so just think of it as looking a lot like Naruto's, but cleaner and with more of a female touch. Both of their apartments are now clean, since Haku became Naruto's maid even though he doesn't want her to be one. Hey, Haku. Naruto lives in the apartment to your left, right? Tenten asked, and the answer was a simple nod. Then why and who made a hole connecting yours to his? She kept pointing toward the hole. Haku said, well, I did it so he can come into my apartment at any time without having to worry about whether or not my door is locked. He didn't understand why that was a problem. Why would you do that? Don't you worry that he will hurt you. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he's still a guy, and my mom always tells me that guys only think one way, Sakura said. So? I mean, he is my master, even if he doesn't want to be called that, so having that there lets him quickly go and get me if he ever needs something, Haku tells them, which shocks them even more. Haku-chan, my friend, if you really think you need him to boss you around, we need to work on your confidence, Ino said, putting her hand on the girl's shoulder. Of course, this wasn't the real reason Haku wanted Naruto to be her master, but Ino decided not to press the issue. After that, they all just enjoyed the night together, even Haku, who was getting used to the idea of having friends. After that, who wants to take a look at Naruto's half? Ino asked, deciding to be nosy. This made her friends wonder what she was thinking, and Hinata blushed a little at the thought of being in Naruto's house. Why, Ino, do you want to go into Naruto's room? Sakura asked the girl who was always looking around. What? Even though Naruto is always nice, we don't really know anything about him. So, this is a great chance to learn more about him without having to ask him directly and maybe find some juicy secrets, too, Ino said, making the other girls curious while she whispered the last part to herself. She's right. Even though he's on my team, I don't know much about him. Sakura thought, this might be a good time to find out more about him, and she quickly followed Ino into Naruto's apartment. Of course, it didn't take them long to realize that Naruto didn't have much in his house. The only interesting thing they found was a scroll that had been thrown carelessly on his bed. Ino told them, "Now let's see what we've got here." She sat down on Naruto's bed and opened the scroll. Since Naruto Uzumaki is the last of his clan, he has to take part in the Clan Restoration Program, also known as the CRA or Clan Restoration Act. This means that he has to take several wives and get at least one of them pregnant when they are old enough to do so safely, which is around the age of 16. The number of wives is up to the person, but he has to have at least 2 before he is 16. If he doesn't, the council will kill him. Chosen by the Hokage and his team of advisors. Under that were a bunch of signatures that made it official. When the girls heard this, they were shocked, to say the least. Wait, so this means that Naruto-kun can marry as many girls as he wants because he has a bloodline? Naruto has a family tree? Sakura asks, even more shocked. Yeah, I don't really know what Naruto's chakra molding bloodline is about, but what I really want to know is how long Naruto has had this on him and what he plans to do with it, Ino said, annoyed that even her dad agreed with this strangeness. Wait, doesn't that also mean that Sasuke is carrying this? Sakura asks, having just realized that he is one of the last people in his clan and has been for years. Yes, it does. So, he could have had any girl he wanted, but he never went out with any of his fangirls. Maybe he goes the other way. Ino asked them, I mean, what guy wouldn't at least date girls if he could have as many as he wanted? No, you don't have to worry about him being gay. He came over earlier to order me to be his first girl, but I just shut the door in his face because I'm not interested in a cocky boy like him, Haku told them, not noticing the jealous looks coming from Sakura and Ino. Hinata was thinking about other things the whole time they were talking. Wait, so I have a better chance of getting Naruto now. I mean, will my father let me marry a guy who has more than one girl? Man, I hope so. Even if he wasn't just mine, I'd still love him. But would I really be able to give other people my Naruto-kun? Hinata blushed as she thought this, and that's when they were all surprised to hear Naruto's door open. Haku told them in a simple way, well, I guess Naruto is home. Ino told the girl, okay, let's just wait for him to come in. I want to hear more about this CRA and bloodline thing, and then she just stood at the door and looked at it until Naruto came in. Haku-chan, I am home. They heard Naruto yell, and then they heard him walk toward them. Man, this stuff is hard to learn. It makes sense that all of these clan jutsus are ranked so high. I mean that chains were the only thing I was almost good at. Naruto mumbled, I don't know why, though, as he walked through the house. He quickly opened the door to his room and was surprised to see a group of girls there. Hello. Naruto said awkwardly, not sure why they were in his room. Of course, all of the girls were shocked as they looked at Naruto, for this was the first time they had seen him without his jacket and were shocked at how good he looked. Naruto had a perfect body because of his job, but now that he was showing it, it actually looked good to them. So, Naruto, when did this crazy thing get put on you? Ino asked, giving him a little bit of a glare. Well, the council just put me on it today because of the bloodline I just turned on for the first time in the Wave Village. I don't know why they gave it to me, since I probably won't use it. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one likes me more than my friends, Naruto said with a nervous laugh. And even if they did, I don't think any girl would still like me with my special problem, he added, putting his hand over where he knew the seal was. Huh? Why? What's the matter with you? Ino asked after hearing the last bit. Oh, Naruto didn't know what to say that would be believable, but Sakura saved him. She told him, don't worry, Naruto. I don't think any girl would have a problem with you, even if you have a chakra problem. Huh, oh yay. I mean, thanks, Sakura-chan, but could you all please leave my room so I can go to sleep? Why are you even in here? Naruto asked himself, now very interested. We were just looking around Haku's apartment and walked in here by accident. She just told us it was yours right before you got home. Ino quickly made up a lie because she didn't want Naruto to know they were going through his things. Naruto told them, okay, I guess. Good night. He then watched them leave his room and quickly laid down on his bed and fell asleep, since all his training had worn him out. Girls. After they left Naruto's room, they all quickly went back to Haku's room, where their sleeping gear was, and laid down. Well, that was interesting, Sakura told them. Yeah, it was, but what we learned had one problem, replied Ino. What are you saying? Sakura asked, confused, since Naruto didn't seem to care what they said. He told a lie. What? No way, Naruto doesn't lie. Sakura, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I was using one of the easier techniques my clan teaches without him noticing. This jutsu shows brainwaves, which lets us know if someone is telling the truth or not. And Naruto lied about his sickness when he told us about it. Well, then, I guess we should just watch Naruto for a while and see if he tells us when he doesn't know or there or something. I guess you're right. Even though Naruto seems friendly, he seems to be a mystery, Sakura said to finish. Yeah, I guess we'll have to, said Ino. But we have things to do tomorrow, so good night, everyone. After hearing them all say it back to each other, she tried to fall asleep. Naruto-kun, I still love you, even if you are hiding things, and I will find a way to show you that someone loves you, even if you have to have more than one wife. Hinata thought, I will always love you, even if my father doesn't like it. Then she fell asleep. It was finally time for Team 7's next meeting, but it wasn't until the afternoon, so Naruto used his last bit of free time to go shopping instead of training. Even though he wasn't just going to buy weapons or something, he was going to get what was called an advanced Genin's uniform for the Uzumaki clan. So, when he got to the meeting a little late, he was wearing all black with a dark blue jacket that looked like a Chunin's but was much thinner and only had two side pockets about the size of his hand that had storage seals inside. On his back was the katana that his mother had given him. It was a blood-red sword with an even darker red sheath. A normal katana was also a bit shorter than this one. But what surprised them the most was that Naruto was wearing an Uzumaki whirlpool instead of his usual headband. At the same time, the headband from Konoha was wrapped around his right arm. Also, he didn't cover his eyes, so they looked like whirlpools that could be scary. He was saying that the Uzumaki clan is back and isn't afraid to show the world where it used to live. Of course, this change surprised his team at first, but after a few seconds, they all reacted differently. Kakashi was happy because he knew his parents would be proud of what Naruto was becoming as a ninja. Sakura was a little red-faced because Naruto's look no longer hid his muscles or made him wear an ugly orange outfit. Sasuke was thinking that Naruto would always be called Adobe because he used to be one. Sorry I'm late, Kakashi-sensei. I had to waste time explaining why I wanted this new headband, but what are we doing today? Naruto asked as he walked over to them and sat down on the edge of the bridge like his teammates were. Kakashi was surprised by Naruto's newfound professionalism, but he could still see a bit of mischief in the teen's eyes. Naruto, you might be a little stronger and know a little more, but you still have a lot to learn, and you're still the same Naruto at heart, no matter what, Kakashi thought with a smile. Kakashi told them, well, we're going to train harder than ever for the next few days, and they all ran to their training field. Field for training. Okay. Let's start with your basic chakra problems. Naruto and Sasuke have a lot of chakra but not much control, so I'll help you two try to walk on water with one of my clones. Sakura, on the other hand, has almost perfect control but less chakra, so we'll do some basic jutsus until you run out of most of your chakra to try to build up your reserves as much as possible. Okay. Let's get to work. Naruto. Sasuke, clone _ Okay. So the basic idea of water walking is to focus your chakra on your feet like you did with tree walking, but this time you have to constantly pump chakra into the water and float on it. This is only for people with a lot of chakra because it takes a lot of chakra to stay on top of the water. Also, the water is always moving, so you have to change the amount of chakra you're putting on your feet. Naruto thought, this is going to take forever, because he remembered how long it took him to learn how to walk on trees. Wait, maybe I can use this to see how much my shadow clones help me train. Based on what I just read, I should be able to get my shadow clones' memories, but I haven't tried it yet, Naruto thought. He then quickly put his hand into the shadow clones' cross seal and made 10 clones to work on the water walking with him. Of course, when Kakashi's copy saw this, he only looked at it for a moment before going back to his book. Kakashi's only thought about Naruto's new idea was, so, Naruto finally figured out the secret of the shadow clones. What is that Baka doing? Will those clones really help him learn this? If so, I really need to learn that jutsu. Something like that would make my goals much easier to reach and it should be easy for me to learn. I'm a great Uchiha. After all, the Dobi was able to figure it out. Sasuke thought, then quickly tried to walk on water, only to fall into it seconds later. Sakura. Sakura thought to herself as she practiced a basic jutsu for the 100th time, I need to catch up to those two so I'm not as useless as I was in the wave. She also felt like Kakashi was hiding something important and dangerous from them. Will these guys be ready for the exam? They could be deadly, and I wouldn't want the first team I pass in years to die because the stupid civilian council wants to give Sasuke a higher rank when all they want to do is make him a clan head who is just a breeding stock for our so-called best clan bloodline, by their standards. Kakashi thought as he looked at Sakura, who was trying her best to build the team. After the class, Sakura was very tired at this point. After practicing for an hour, she only had enough chakra to stay alive. She had already taken the most soldier pills she could each day, so she had to wait for her body to naturally refill her coils before she could do anything else. So, she quickly went home to get some sleep because she was so tired. Of course, that didn't last long, because her mother woke her up about an hour later to tell her that Ino was there, so she had to go downstairs to see what her friend wanted. What is it, Ino? Asked a tired Sakura to the blonde. Hi, Sakura. I was wondering if you wanted to. Oh my gosh, what happened to you? Ino asked with a smile after noticing that Sakura looked tired. For some reason, Sensei is now putting more emphasis on increasing our training, so I had to work on building up my chakra, and now I barely have enough to stay awake, Sakura said, leaning a little on the doorway. Ino told her, oh, well, maybe you should get some rest. I was just going to ask if you want to try to figure out what Naruto is hiding, but since you are tired, I guess you could just stay home and relax while we figure out the mystery. He then started to walk away. I know I should be resting to get my chakra back faster, but I really want to know what my teammate is hiding from me. I mean, we are a team, so we shouldn't be keeping secrets from each other, right? I mean, who can we trust if we can't even trust each other? So, should I rest or figure out what Konoha's goofball is hiding from us, or rest, which I can do later as well? Sakura quickly thought it over. When Sakura finally caught up with her, she asked, okay, I'll admit I'm curious. What's the plan? Ino told her, well, I saw that Naruto was going to another training field, so we're going to quickly get Hinata and then see if he tells us any of his secrets when he thinks he's alone. On the way to the Hyuga compound. Is that all you could come up with? Sakura asks in shock. Well, it's the only thing we can do, Ino says defensively. Unless you want to ask him. And she was right. Everywhere Naruto went, he went so often that people would keep his secrets for him out of friendship. Sakura sighed and said, fine, let's go get Hinata, and hopefully we'll actually learn something. When they finally got to the clan's gate, she told her, let's go get Hinata. Why are you here? Asked the guards in a polite way. Ino told the guards, we were wondering if Hinata was home so we could hang out with her. The guards tell them, we're sorry, but she left a long time ago and hasn't come back yet. They quickly thank the man for the information and leave the area. Okay. Then let's just go watch him, asked Ino to Sakura. Then they both ran to where Ino had last seen Naruto. When they finally got to Naruto's training field, it was pretty normal. There were a few wooden punching posts, a lot of trees, a small river, and even a few boulders placed in random places. But what surprised them was that Hinata was hiding in a bush and using her bloodline to keep her attention on Naruto. She was so focused on just watching him that she didn't even notice that Ino and Sakura were getting closer until they were right next to her. Ino asks Hinata, hey, how did you know that we were going to watch him to see if we could find out any of his secrets? Hinata quickly blushed after she got over her surprise at being caught. Oh, so you didn't know, You were just watching because you like him and want to see his body, Who knew Hinata was a pervert? Ino asks with a big smile on her face. Hinata tells them, no, I was just walking around when I saw I saw Naruto training, so I came to see his bloodline. She was trying to hide her crush on the blonde boy, but her big blush never went away. Ino tells the girl, right, Hinata, we believe you, and then sits down next to her. Well, we came here to try to figure out what his secrets are anyway, so we might as well sit down and watch for a while, she says with a small shrug, and Sakura quickly sits down next to Hinata. Of course, When they finally turned back to Naruto, he was standing by a river again, just like when Kiba first saw him. However, instead of just a small swirl of water, a big whirlpool was starting to rise up from the river, making a small tower of swirling water in front of Naruto. Naruto then brought his hands closer to his head, and at the same time, the funnel went up until it was pointing at a tree across the river. So, when that was over, Naruto threw his hands toward the tree as if he were throwing something and called out "Raging Whirlpool Pierce." And, of course, the whirlpool started to move toward the tree, but it started to shake as Naruto lost control of it. Soon, it all fell back down to the ground, hitting Naruto with a big splash of water that completely soaked him. Naruto yells in frustration, "Damn it, I was so close this time." He then walks over to a stone that is stuck halfway in the river but is still warm from the sun, even though it is almost the end of the day. When he got there, he quickly started taking off his wet clothes, starting with his shirt and jacket. He put them on the stone to dry, and then he reached for the bottom of his pants. Of course, when he did this, all the girls started to blush as they watched the boy strip in front of them without knowing it. However, they couldn't stop looking, and when they saw that Naruto was now only wearing dark green briefs, they blushed even more. But when Naruto crossed his legs and sat down in a meditative pose, the girls couldn't see them because Naruto's legs were in the way. Wait, when was the last time Naruto sat down to think about something? Ino and Sakura were confused, but of course Hinata was thinking about something else. Hinata asked herself, wanting to see him naked, why is he sitting down? Shouldn't he be taking off his wet briefs as well? After all, when she tried to look through his clothes to see every part of her lover's body, all she could see were his chakra coils. Something made her groan a little about how useless her eyesight was. No one knew that every member of the Hyuga clan was a pervert, which is why they all learned all of the required jutsus taught in school. Because they didn't want people to know that they only wanted to learn the henjutsu so they could keep their clan's secrets even when they went to buy their Ikea books. They even put permanent genjutsu on the books so that when they are out on missions or in public, they look like normal books. Hinata was the same way, since she had read every Ikea book that came out. The only difference was that she changed the names of the main guy and girl to Naruto and her own. When they tried to see through clothes, they could only see the chakra coils. This was the only problem with their eyes. Though, when he was with Naruto, he put his hands together in a tiger seal and focused his chakra so much that people who didn't have the Bakugan could see blue chakra swirls soon going around Naruto. Then he tightened up, and all of his chakra went to his back, where two chakra lines started to grow a few feet and look almost like the start of wings. Of course, he wasn't very good at controlling his chakra yet, so that was about as far as he could go at the moment. However, he still held the chakra there and tried to make them bigger, even though it made him sweat a little. Ino whispered, "So this is what it means to have a chakra molding bloodline." She was surprised that she could see the dense blue structures that looked like wings even though he was a good distance away. "Yeah, but what's up with the seal on his stomach?" Sakura asks, startling both Ino and Hinata out of their shocked perverted trances. And when they looked, they did see a huge seal that covered Naruto's entire stomach. It was an interact seal with a swirl that started at his belly button and was surrounded by a bunch of strange symbols that made several points. Ino asks her rival, whom she calls Forehead Girl, what is that seal? Does she know what it is? Sakura tells them, "Well, Ino Pig, I can't really tell you because I've never even tried to understand seals. I mean, not many people use them. But that one must be important if it's so big and detailed. Then maybe we should look it up at the library," Hinata said. "They might have a book on seals or something we can look at." Then they turned back to what Naruto was doing, but when they looked, he was already putting his now dry clothes away, so it looked like he was done for the time being. Of course, he then walked toward them while mumbling something about needing ramen. He didn't even know they were there. Well, Naruto's addiction to ramen will never go away. When they heard this, all three of them couldn't help but think, but they soon left and went to the library to find out why Naruto had that strange seal on his stomach. Of course, they had no idea that two people were watching them. Because Kurenai and Kakashi were both hiding in the trees a short distance from where they had been. Kakashi tells her in a simple way, Well, it looks like those 3 girls are on their way to solve Naruto's problem. Yes, it does. Now, I'm pretty sure that won't change Hinata's opinion of him, since she already thinks that they are meant to be together, but I don't know how the other 2 will react, Kurenai tells him in a bored voice. Yeah, that damn fox is going to make the council's decision even more troublesome. If I know Naruto, he'll have to tell the people he tries to get close to, which could ruin a few relationships, Kakashi says, reaching for his book until the known pervert hater gives him a look. I don't even know why they have that. It's like telling guys to have a harem. I feel so bad for the girls, Kurenai says, remembering how they tried to force Minato into CRA so that more people could use his jutsus. After all, he had told the council of civilians that only his family could use them. Now, when Kushina heard that, she was worried and stressed about what Minato would do, until he basically told the council to fuck off. Something he should have done from the start instead of just telling the idiots who run the civilian council that he didn't want to teach anyone. Still, their part of the council tried to force him until he used his power as a cage to put them in their place and, according to rumors, warned them that he would let Kushina handle their complaints if they started up again. Something that made them pale because they knew that when she was angry, she was even more dangerous than usual. Kakashi just laughed a little bit. Kakashi tells her, well, since they have a choice about whether or not to go through with it, I think they are happy enough even though they have to share. I'm sure Naruto will make each girl feel loved, no matter how many he ends up with, and he leaves her to think. Library. Ino and Hinata were sitting in separate chairs and waiting calmly for Sakura to come and sit between them while putting some books on the table. Sakura tells them, okay, these are all the books in the library about seals. Ino is shocked that their library, which was one of the largest in the world, only has that much. I'm afraid so, Sakura tells them. Sealing is a hard art to learn, and people who know how to do it want to keep their own seals secret. This is why there aren't many books for the public to read, especially since most villages don't want to share rare information like this with other villages. After that, they all start reading, and it doesn't take long for them to realize that most of the information in the books makes no sense to them. Though, from what they could tell, most of the books seem to be about how to start learning the art, not how to find out more about the interact seal they saw on Naruto. What are we going to do now? We can't look anywhere else, Ino says. The other 2 agree that they've reached a dead end, so they all walk toward the library's entrance until they see someone they know. Hinata says to the girl, hey, Haku-san, in a nice way, even though she seemed to give Haku a slight glare. Haku asked, oh, hello. What are you guys doing here? As she closed the book she had been skimming through. Hello, Haku. We were just looking for a book to try to figure out what this seal is, Ino tells her. She's a little upset that they didn't find a book, but she still shows her a rough copy of Naruto's seal that they drew. But when they tried to make it work, they just wasted their chakra because they didn't use the right ink and the seal wasn't as good as the real one.
Yes, I know what the seal is and how people get it, so don't send me a message telling me that's not how the Shiki Fujin works. We all do, but the girls didn't know at the time. Haku tells them, to the surprise of the other girls, well, how about you come back to my apartment again? I think I saw a seal like this in one of Naruto's scrolls. Ino asked the ice user, Haku, in shock. What? Why would Naruto know anything about seals? Haku couldn't answer them. Still went to Naruto's side of the apartment to check if Haku was right. Apartment. Haku asks herself, now where did that scroll go? As she looks through the few scrolls Naruto had. Hey Haku. What were you looking for in the library? She asked. And now that I think about it, why did you also look through Naruto's scrolls? In the end, most people didn't spend that much time at the library or have enough curiosity to look through other people's things. Well, most of my life was spent camping or moving, so I don't have many recipes. I looked to see if Naruto had any books on the subject, but he didn't. So, I went to the library to read up on some recipes that looked interesting. But you guys found me before I found a book I wanted to borrow, but I'll just get it tomorrow or something. She continues to smile as she holds up a small scroll and says, oh, here it is. Thank you, Haku-chan, Sakura tells them, and then she opens the scroll to see what it says. I found my seal on a forbidden scroll. Image of Naruto's seal made again in a cheap way. What the writing said.
The Shiki Fujin is a seal that is used to seal up the soul of whatever you use it on. But there is a cost. Because when you seal it, you will also be sending your own soul to hell. Now, the strength of this seal depends on how strong your and their wills are. So, that's why this jutsu can't be used. Now, the most common way to use this seal is to seal a biju into a young child as a human sacrifice or jinchuriki to make the village stronger. The other girls are shocked when Sakura reads out loud. Wait. This seal stops demons by locking them inside people. And didn't a few villages call Naruto a demon for some reason? Does that mean he has a monster inside of him? Sakura asks the group, not sure what to think. All in all, the information seems much less likely than anything she thought she would find. Ino tells them, I don't know, but I think we all know what we should do. Of course, they didn't get it at all. Hinata asks her, what? She wants to know what the blonde was thinking. She tells them, we should go talk to Naruto again and ask him to explain this. He might as well tell us the rest of the secret, and if he doesn't, we can always bug him until he does. Sakura agrees with her right away, but Hinata seems unsure and Haku doesn't say what she thinks. Even so, they all sat down and had drinks and snacks while they waited for Naruto to come home. Man, we sure do focus on Naruto a lot these days, Ino thought to herself as she waited by the door for him to come in. He came back pretty quickly, though, and was surprised to find the girls waiting for him again. Hey, I'm home. Hi girls, what can I do for you again? Naruto asks awkwardly, trying to figure out why they were waiting for him again. Sakura tells Naruto, hey, Naruto, we were just wondering if you knew anything about a seal called the Shiki Fujin, and Naruto's face goes pale. Naruto tells them lies because he is too scared to tell them the truth. He says, sorry, Sakura, but I have no idea what that seal is. Oh, no, Ino says with one eyebrow raised. She asks him with a knowing smirk, then why do you have a scroll on it that says it is your seal? Naruto says, ooh, that seal. To make it seem like he just remembered it. Naruto tries to lie to them, but they won't let him. Yeah, I saw it when I looked through a scroll. I thought I'd seen it before, so I wrote it down so I could look for the seal later. Hinata tells Naruto, Naruto-kun, we saw the seal. It was painted on your stomach when we were going to get you for a group lunch, and we were so surprised to see it that we forgot to tell you. It's not like we were watching you train or anything. Hinata blushes because she almost told him about one of her favorite things to do. Oh, was all Naruto could say, which showed how sad he was. He asked them, so, how much do you know? In a voice that was sadder than they had ever heard it before. Ino tells the boy, well, not much, to be honest. We only know what people could use it for. For the rest, we need you to truly tell us what it did to you. The boy just sighs. Naruto tells them, fine, but remember that this is supposed to be a double S secret of the village, and only Gigi and I are allowed to talk about it. This time, he means it. After he said this, he waited for everyone to nod to show that they knew what he meant. Okay, let me start with the biggest surprise, Naruto says. You see, the fourth didn't actually kill the Kyuubi because you can't kill a beast made of pure chakra. Instead, he did the next best thing. He used his own life to seal the beast away in one of the only newborn babies in the village Yami. They gasp in shock. Naruto tells them, by doing this, he made what is called a jinchuriki, which is a weapon that is basically a human ninja with a demon locked inside their body. He then waits to see how they react. Of course, what happened was not what he had planned. Hinata, instead of calling him a monster or trying to kill him, ran at him while crying and gave him a bear hug. Hinata told Naruto, who was still crying on her chest, that she didn't know how bad his life had been and that she should have helped him sooner. Naruto said awkwardly, it's okay, Hinata-chan, no need to cry. He was trying to calm the girl down but didn't know how. Of course, she eventually stopped crying and was only sniffling, but she still told Naruto she was sorry as she let go of him with a small blush. The other girls didn't react as strongly, though. Haku still didn't seem to care, and Ino and Sakura seemed to be thinking about something. Oh, well, he's still my kind master, Haku thinks to herself with a small mental shrug. So Naruto has a demon locked up inside him, and that's why everyone in the village hates him. But why do they hate him if the demon is locked up inside him? I need to think about this some more, Ino and Sakura both thought, not yet deciding what they thought about what they had just learned. So, they decided not to take sides for now. Man, Naruto, you gave us a lot to think about. I think we should go home and think for a while, Sakura tells Naruto for both of them. They then leave, leaving Naruto with Haku and a still sniffling Hinata. As they left, Naruto said, "Okay, then. See you," but he didn't show any emotion. Sad, Naruto thinks to himself, "I really hope they don't end up hating me. They are some of my only friends in this village." He then looks at the two other girls in his room, only to find out that Hinata had fallen asleep and was now sleeping peacefully on the floor. Of course, it was already around 10, and she must have had a physically and mentally tiring day, so he didn't want to wake her up just yet. "Well, I guess we should both get some rest," Naruto says with a sigh. He then gently picks up Hinata and takes her to his bedroom. Haku asked, "Naruto-sama, are you really planning to take advantage of this sleeping girl?" As she walked up to him but didn't try to stop him yet. "What? No. Get your mind out of the gutter, Haku-chan," Naruto said, blushing a little at the idea. "I'm going to let her sleep in my bed while I sleep on the couch," he said as he gently put Hinata on the soft mattress. He then carefully put the blankets over the girl, who was still wearing her clothes, until only her head was showing. He moved back until he was at the bedroom door. Naruto just told the sleeping girl, "Good night, Hinata-chan," turned off the lights, and went to the living room on his side, with Haku still following him. Haku asks the boy, "So, now that they know, what are you going to do?" Naruto said, I don't know, Haku-chan. I just don't know." "Well, think about it after you've had some rest. You won't figure it out if you're tired, so good night, Naruto-sama," Haku told him. He heard Naruto murmur, "Good night," back to him as he put some blankets on the couch to get comfortable. Naruto's last thought before he went to sleep was, life sure will be different now that the wave mission is over.
I will continue the story in next part. Till then, we Weeb offline.